What's going on, guys? This is Cleveland on. What's up, folks? Welcome to the future. I'm starting off this channel mainly because I am very interested in technology. And I basically set myself up to, go through the next, let's call it year or so, learning to program. Now, I did join a coding boot camp, and it didn't go so well. It was a good camp, but yeah, I basically had other things going on, and I wasn't the most focused guy. But I was learning a lot, and it was really cool. So I don't want that to be like a wasted time, so to speak, where I kind of learned a little bit about, programming. I was learning a full stack JavaScript framework, or I guess you can call it just stack, a Perl stack, Postgres, Express, React, and Node. Um, and basically, yeah, got to build a full stack application and stuff like that. So was doing stuff with SQL, and was pushing stuff, to Netlify. I've pushed stuff before too to Heroku, and I've built other applications for sure. Right now I have an application running on Vercel, that I basically spun up, um, and yeah, it's a income generating product too, which is kind of interesting. But I don't want to go into that because I didn't code that. I just put the stack together. Um, I used an overseas developer to help me put that application together. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start coding my own apps. Um, Not because like I'm gonna be the best programmer ever, but it's just gonna be, it's a lot quicker to get an MVP out than most people think. And I'm willing to put the time in right now to learn how to code better as I grow Brand Boomin', which is like the thing that I'm really passionate and excited about right now. So yeah, in as I do that, on off for an hour each day, I'm gonna basically be learning more about programming, specifically JavaScript, and building full stack applications with JavaScript. Um, and yeah, I'll be putting together projects that um, could, potentially be income generating. Um, you know, yeah. So that, yeah, and honestly, to see if I can immediately impact Brand Boomin', because I got some really good ideas regarding, um, doing certain, API integrations with the social media platforms and stuff like that. Brand Boomin' is the #1 creator, urban creator network. So it there are those two sides where you have the creators and you have the brands. And I first want to build for the brands, the companies, and it'd be good to kind of build something that, just allows for them to, not only be onboarded better, but um, also be able to visualize those campaigns and the effectiveness of them. And there are certain applications that are out there that I could just use right now to do this. I know about all of them, from Hootsuite to Vista Social, to Sprout Social, publicly traded Sprout Social actually. Um, Later, which got acquired. There are other companies that are kind of like this that are like obviously Viral Nation, or whatever. But yeah, I'm basically putting my own thing together. I'm going to be coding the initial MVP, and I'm going to be creating and developing the relationships with the brands and the creators. I'll be doing pretty much all this, at first by myself, outside of my cousin Minnie, who's going to be helping out with the creator side. Um, and Jayla likes to come in and kind of mess around with user interface stuff from time to time. So, welcome to the future is basically just going to be about me learning the program, and then I'm going to create lessons after I basically like have a solid foundation of a specific area. It could be something as simple as like, what are the 9 JavaScript things? I forgot what they're called. Like booleans and all that kind of stuff. Like basically when I get that down, then I'm gonna basically have a little lesson where I present it, because I think the best way to learn something is to teach it. So my dad was a teacher, my mom's a teacher, my grandma's a teacher, so um, yeah, I just feel like the best way to learn something is to teach it. And if I learn something and I like have to teach, you know, the 0 followers on this channel, then yeah, there you go. You know, I'm gonna probably know it better. I might not know it like perfect, but I'll know it a lot better. And it's just gonna build, and then I'll know it better faster than if I was just trying to learn it and not try to regurgitate it, you know. So that's it, man. You know, and practice makes perfect. So me doing this every day, I'm not going to push a lesson out every day. You know, when I do create a lesson, it's going to be good. It's going to be, you know, pretty decent. You know, and there can be a playlist of all the lessons from the beginning to the end. Like the first lesson is probably going to be like, you know, how, let's say, you know, programming came into existence. Maybe, you know, I mean, you know, the first computer. Like we'll just go back in time a little bit. I'll study up on that, and then I'll put the lesson out there, and you'll kind of understand it. And who knows, it might be like the first like series of these videos as it relates to lessons might be centered around just kind of helping you understand maybe the, you know, I don't know, the why technology and learning it is going to be good. Like all 3 of my kids are going to know how to program before they know, you know, all the 50 presidents. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So, yeah, that's basically it. You know, just yeah, we'll talk about that important stuff later. We're just gonna get the brass tacks, really, you know. And this is gonna be just about me developing as a programmer. Not trying to be an expert, just trying to understand it more and more and more, so I can just get some shit out there, and then eventually, obviously, build a team of some really, really, you know, headstrong guys. You know, I've met people like Tope Calendly. You know, I met that guy when he had 4 employees, and you know, back in Atlanta Tech Village in 2015, you know, I had lunch with George Aziz, Least Query. You know, both of those guys, they're not programmers, you know, but they had strong teams and they also had corporate jobs. You know, I don't got a corporate job, so you know, I'm an entrepreneur. You know, I've made millions of dollars in business. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, it's different to. You know, I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in software development. I got a lot to tell you guys. You know, because I've had some projects that I've tried to spin up that have just absolutely gone terrible. That yeah, you know, just wish I didn't blow that money. But as I learned more and more about the space, it was harder for me to get screwed. So eventually when I get that technology partner that's just like all in on my ideas, you know, and that will basically do all the cool stuff that I want to be done, then, you know, boom, you know, then I maybe can back off. But until then, you know, unless I learn, then it's it's not coming. You know, that person's not coming. And I think I'll meet that person through this. Actually, who knows? You know, that might be cool if I meet, you know, people through this whole situation that I could use. We can help each other in whatever way. So, yeah, you know, that's that. Welcome to the future. Oh, we're also gonna do real cool shit, real cool content. You know, gadget reviews and all that kind of stuff. It's gonna be like a cool channel as well. But this is going to be a big part of it. You know, I don't care if these videos don't get any engagement; they're going to be a part of the ones that might get a lot. You know, and I don't care if that impacts the channel. Doesn't matter to me, man. I'm doing whatever I want to do at this point. So, yeah, fuck it. Welcome to the future.